Hi everybody! So we are going to be making clay hearts, and I'm going to show you how. We're going to first learn how to do a coil. A coil in clay is like a clay snake almost. You may have made one before. If not, this is how you do it. So you take an amount of clay in between your hands. I like to just get it started like this. Turns it into something like that. And we want to make our coil about finger thickness. This makes sure that the coils look nice and neat and they aren't too thick and won't explode in our kiln. So here is one coil, and I'm going to show you the first and most basic one that we're going to learn. So you take your finger and you are going to roll it up just like this. See? Okay. So you're going to set it to the side. With these kind of coils, you can make all sorts of different ones. You can make small ones, big ones. I'll show you how to make one that looks like a heart here. So you take one like this, and you roll it out like that. Go. You're gonna split it down the middle like a V and coil down, coil down, just folding like that. So for our hearts, we want to make all sorts of different kinds of sizes of coils. This is really important, so we can really fill up the heart shape that we're going to make. So I'm going to show you a big one. But remember, we don't want them too thick. We just want to make them bigger by making them longer. This would be way too thick for a coil. That's too much material, and it would probably explode when we put it in our kiln. So we are going to be using a template that looks like this to create our hearts today. And first we're going to start with a couple really big coils, and we're going to work to fill the outside of this heart shape. We want to outline this shape like this. I didn't quite fill it right. So you're just going to make another one that is about the same thickness. Just try your best. It does not have to be perfect. Roll it out. I'm working in a small space. It's hard for me to roll these. Okay. So to connect these, we will just do a little bit like this. Smash them and smooth it together. It's really important to make sure that your clay is really smoothed and smashed together when you're doing this. Neatly though. So bring your coil, if you want to work in smaller sections, if it's easier for you to roll out small coils, take small ones and just attach it like this. That is perfectly fine too, and it may be easier for some of us to do smaller coils that you attach. So once you have a coil that surrounds your whole entire heart, you then are going to start adding coils. I showed you a few in the beginning, but you want to make those coils and set them inside of your heart. And the important part is that you are smashing, smushing, smearing, and really making sure you're combining that clay together while you work. See how that is smoothed together? That's important. So we're going to add all of these coils together, and you might be thinking, well, you're ruining the coil design. You will still be able to see it on the other side, and you'll see at the end of this video. So we're going to just continue to fill all of the white spots of this heart. You can smooth these little areas. You could add a little bit more clay to fill in certain spots that are bare, but we just want to fill in all of the white spots of this heart. So we are smashing and smearing these really well together, giving it a good pat sometimes. There are so many different kinds of coils you can do, and you can get creative, but just make sure that you're having the right thickness. So you could even do something like this. If you would like, you can kind of smush it in there just for some variety in your coils. Making small ones. I'm gonna mush this one in here. Big ones, different sizes. You could try to do something like making a square if you wanted to. So you could maybe start with something like this and just making it a little bit more geometric if you would like. There are lots of ways to do this. As long as we're smearing and smushing. Make another heart one to fit in here. Go halfway. Go about halfway. You could even kind of push it like that. I'm gonna set it in here and just smush it in. Fill in these holes. You can add a little bit more into these sections, a small little coil to fill. But just remember to smooth. I think I need a couple more coils here, so I'm going to make a medium-sized one. You can always make them a little smaller by taking off a little piece. Make one more small coil for this, and then fill in the rest with a small amount of clay, just like this. Now, if your clay, if you notice it's starting to crack or get dry while you're rolling it into coils, you can use some water. Water will be your BFF when it comes to smoothing out your clay, but if you use too much water, it will turn into kind of like a soup, so you don't want to do that. Now, you'll lift your heart up, and voila, you have a beautiful clay heart. Next time you're in class, these will be fired, which means that we put them in the kiln and they get up to about 2,000 degrees. Then you will be able to paint them, which when you paint clay, it's actually called glazing. So we're going to glaze these and you will have a heart to keep. I'm excited to see what you guys make today.